We have a lot to cover today. The important part is it's going to be happening on many different levels. So take a deep breath and feel into all the different levels and trust yourself. That's so important. Trust yourself. There are going to be 7 chapters in today's discussion, 7 different layers to it. Let's start out with our first level. In our gathering last month, we talked about doubt. Doubt. That's something that kind of is ingrained in human nature, doubt. It comes from the mind. Doubt is the thing you use to regulate and manage yourself. You no longer have the luxury of doubt. You don't. Let's go beyond doubt. What are you doubting anyway? The only thing to doubt is your humanness. The only thing to doubt is that doubt in your humanness that tells you not to soar. It's kept you here. Number 2, time. Time is a fascinating subject. Time is something that even the physicists don't agree on. Time is not a constant. It's a wonderful device. It's a fun device until you get stuck in it. Then it becomes a nuisance. It becomes boring. It becomes death itself. Death itself, because most humans are on a linear time that leads from the trauma of birth into the agony of death. And that's all they're doing is on a timeline, waiting for death. That's sad. We're going to actually come to an understanding of time that really allows you to be in time and get out of time at the same time. Time will become a toy instead of a burden. This is kind of the physics of allowing. This is what happens. Your past frees up from its time lock. The future, which is all your potentials, free up from their time lock. And then the soul, the master, all of your potentials, all of your energy, it also is able to come flow down in as you allow. Number 3, the real history, your real history, is in your heart. It's not in your mind. It's not data. You've got all this history. These you got little movies. You got pictures. You got remembrances. You have emotions. They are not stored here in the mind. Your real history is in your heart. Again, using the word heart to mean your knowingness, your passion, your true self, whatever you want to call it, your soul. That's where it is. And next chapter, breaking out. People live in the boxes. They live in their limited perception of the history of themselves and the planet. They complain about the walls. They complain about their lives, but yet they keep doing the same thing every day. It makes no sense whatsoever because they blame it on everything else. They blame it on parents or the culture or society. They blame it on not being understood. They blame it on being a minority. They blame it on being a majority. They blame it on being male. They blame it on being female. Whatever it happens to be, the blame du jour, and that keeps them in the box. Where we're going, we have to break out. We can't just think about breaking out or making a little bit bigger box. The difficulty of breaking out is that the doubt will stop you. Next item on our list, trésor, it's the French word for treasure. Trésort is the treasure of trusting yourself. Simply means no doubt, no doubt. It means finding the true treasure of trusting yourself once and for all, unconditional. In the unconditional trust of yourself and returning back to your natural state, there are treasures beyond what the human mind could possibly fathom right now. Trésort is your scepter. Trésort is the treasure that is within you. It comes through trust. And our next item, it's a difficult one. It's loneliness. Loneliness. It's part of the breaking out process. It's part of the going beyond. At the core of what's happening is that human self that you've identified with, the human self that was the only thing you really actually knew about yourself. Even that's transforming, appears to be going away. It's just part of the whole process of truly coming into your sovereignty. Then you realize you're never, ever alone. You realize the beauty of all your aspects that are now facets, all your past lives and all your future potentials and all the other soul beings, but on a whole new level. Let's take a deep breath with all this. When loneliness comes, when this loneliness comes, I ask you to be in it, to experience it, not to fight it, not to try to find your way out, but immerse yourself in the loneliness, because there are treasures within it. I had a big gathering the other night. There were literally about 8,000 Shaumbra there at this gathering. The culmination was that this is the way. A lot have dropped out along the way. Group consensus was that it's been a tough journey in many, many ways, but this is exactly what we came here before. With over 8,000 Shaumbra there in this dream state gathering. There was actually only 6 that didn't want to go forward faster. And it probably wasn't any of you who are watching here right now. Everyone else said, yes, this is the way. This is what we came here for. And while it's very difficult at times carrying all of this within you, and going through all these changes so quickly, it's also your passion. So you said, Adamus, talk to us about what we've talked about here today in this dream state gathering. Summarize it. And as you're summarizing, as Cauldre is channeling, we're going to be flowing our energies right back through from dream state into this day here in June, at the June 2020 or 2021 Shoud. We're going to be flowing our energies right back through. You say the spoken words, Adamus. We're going to be flowing 8,000 strong. This is the way. That's why we came here. We're not going to hold back now. We're not going to throttle down. That's what we've done here today.
Hoje nós chegamos ao final de todo o trabalho do Shoud 9. Sábado agora entra o Shoud 10. Esse é o padrão, é isso que nós vamos manter daqui para frente. Todos os Shauds serão colocados desta forma com que você assistiu. Sempre terão os comentários para que aqueles que não são Shaumbra ainda, que estão chegando agora, que estão despertando na consciência neste momento, possam começar a acompanhar e que possam, com essas rápidas palavras, ter uma informação mais fácil de todo o significado do mundo esotérico, do mundo místico, da sabedoria acumulada pela humanidade ao longo das 3 civilizações que já aconteceram e que agora estamos trabalhando neste momento na passagem para a nova era, a era de Aquário, para essa era maravilhosa, a era da redenção, essa era que será a glória para o planeta Terra, para os humanos e que está sendo muito bem vista no universo inteiro. Obrigado pela atenção de vocês. Faltam ainda algumas meditações dos últimos Shauds. Fizemos uma semana anteontem e vamos fazer as derradeiras. E Na segunda semana, depois do segundo sábado, vamos começar a produção do Shoud 10 para entrar em transmissão o mais rápido possível. Obrigado pela companhia, pelo acompanhamento. E não se esqueçam, vamos precisar chegar aos 1000. Já chegamos a 600, faltam 400 ainda para que a gente possa ser reconhecido pelo YouTube. Então peço a vocês que não só se inscrevam, compartilhem com outras pessoas, peçam para que essas outras pessoas se inscrevam para nos ajudar a completar os 1000 inscritos necessários e nos ajude compartilhando, dando seu like, deixando seu comentário para aumentar a relevância do nosso trabalho. E se você conhece alguém que está começando a despertar, a perceber que existe algo mais do que esse mundo material do ter, do ganhar, do dinheiro, do ser rico, do ser milionário, de ter muito de tudo, de amigos e tudo mais, a gente estará aqui para ajudar. Não somos os únicos, tem milhares hoje de canais que fazem esse tipo de trabalho. Mas nós estaremos conectados com a ideia do Crimson Circle e, em algumas vezes, também com a ideia da Ordem Rosa Cruz, a nossa base maior de todo o conhecimento e sabedoria mística da Escola da Morque, da Ordem Rosa Cruz, e que a gente vai trazer essas informações e mais todo o processo proposto pelo Espaço Gestação, que é um modelo da criação que ajuda o nosso humano, o nosso biocomputador, compreender com perfeição e se manifestar nesse biocomputador. E aí eu vou aproveitar e vou colocar aqui para vocês, para nós encerrarmos, uma música que foi criada para esse nosso trabalho. E lá vai.
Eu sou o que sou, divino, na terra eu estou, no corpo, aceito o que eu sou, divino, aceito o que eu sou, divino.
Eu sou o que eu sou. Aceito o meu divino e permito que ele se manifeste.
O brilho da luz divina,
A iluminação na Terra.
aceito o que eu sou, divino, divino.
É simples, muito simples. Reconhecer a existência do divino dentro de nós e permitir que ele se manifeste. É só isso. É tudo o que precisamos fazer. É tudo que a nossa consciência necessita. É tudo que a realização na Terra necessita para manifestar a realização encarnada, a iluminação ainda vivo no planeta Terra. É isso aí, vocês acabam de ouvir em primeira mão esta música que foi feita em cima do conceito fundamental número 1. Eu sou o que eu sou, a minha parte divina, que vai se manifestar no meu biocomputador e realizar a iluminação encarnada. Boa noite, até a nossa meditação.